welcome back to our channel. Today we are doing a seafood boil and we are going to be trying Blove's Smackalicious seafood boil sauce. So let's get started.
Smackalicious is so good it makes you smack your mama.
You want to do a thumbnail? You hold on to one. Okay, it's so like we have, we have 2 king crabs, and inside here we have shrimp, potatoes, and lemon. You can see this.
Dear Lord, thank you for this food. Thank you for our family, and thank you for all the blessings. We just ask that you continue to bless us. In your name, pray. Amen.
Amen.
Happy Good Friday, everybody.
Yes. Alright. So we are gonna try this sauce out. It smells delicious. Is it good?
That is legit.
That is legit. You hear that, Blove?
Oh my gosh. Thank you for that. You can put that on anything, and I think it would taste amazing.
That's really good.
That's amazing.
Alright. Crab! King crab!
Look at
So
that.
I'm gonna start from the tip.
This thing's like bigger than my nose.
Bigger than your nose. Ooh, guys, look. Oh my god.
Oh.
Yay! Do the tip first. My husband's not really good at cracking crabs. I usually do it for him.
I failed.
Oops. That is delicious.
So, first question. Well, before we ask the questions, how was your day?
Good. How was your day?
It was alright. It was work.
Yeah.
On Good Friday. Felt like I should be elsewhere. But
yeah,
it's alright.
No, this one's empty.
Oh no.
So, you guys, we're gonna be eating for the first half before we start talking. So enjoy the mukbang.
You want to just make it like a big pile?
Yeah. What is that for? To eat?
Yeah.
No. Just eat it as you go.
Well,
People want to see you eat. That's what mukbang is.
I know, but my skills are sad when it comes to opening and cracking.
Why don't you eat potatoes and shrimp first? And then I'll start. Delicious. Thank you for bringing the sauce into our lives. It is delicious.
This goop on the bottom, guys, is like literally the best.
Goop on the bottom.
Yeah. What is that? Like all the.
Just the seasoning.
Yeah. But when it goops up like that.
And if you guys want to know how to make this sauce, I will put the link below, so you guys can go and check it out. Okay, guys.
I'm gonna squeeze this lemon over everything in here. Okay. You good with that? Like squeeze on everything?
Yeah, that's fine. Woo! These spikes hurt.
Hey, are there any other couples that like still feed each other and stuff like that? We do it all the time.
Yeah, we still do it.
People look at us funny sometimes when we're in the restaurants. But
I think it's nice.
our whole relationship has always been, we always give the other person the first bite.
Of our, whatever we are eating.
And I'm kind of old school traditional, so she's the very adventurous eater in our relationship. So I always order the safe stuff, just in case. That way we can always swap meals.
Oh, you guys, it's crab.
Want some help?
Huh? I just need. There it goes. Oh yeah, I did. Ooh, ooh. And you guys, we got this at Costco.
Yeah, so if you don't have local seafood market like we do, we don't, unfortunately, try to get as fresh as you can. So we went to our local Costco to be able to get this, and
Wow.
I'm not disappointed.
Nope. Costco definitely delivered.
And just so you know, we did have more than just the two, but we
Gave some to my parents.
gave some to her family. So
And this is the, I think Blove calls it the knuckle.
oh, that's so good, guys. Look at that. It's still bigger than my nose. So anyway, this is a good way to celebrate Good Friday. Our son is out with the grandparents right now, riding the train. And that kind of gives us a little bit of time to kind of hang out and one-on-one, and also kind of just hang out with you guys too. So
This is so good. I wish I could eat like this once a week.
oh, can you guys see my shirt? Sharon got me this for Christmas, but it's all the different superheroes from DC, Marvel. So it's like Superman, the Hulk, and Captain America, and they're all sitting around Jesus, and it says, "And that's how I save the world." And so they're all the superheroes that everyone else looks up to are looking up to Jesus. I thought it was like an amazing shirt.
It's fitting for today. For this season. That's a lot of meat, guys. I am so happy.
I'm happy with this sauce. I'm extremely happy. Makes me want to cry.
This sauce is really good, and I know we can't eat all of that today, so I'm gonna freeze it. Save it for next time.
I'm gonna put it on my cereal. Is that good? No, just kidding. You, honestly, I'm not a big fan of cereal, so that was a lie. I would never put on cereal because I don't eat cereal.
Yep.
She's a huge shrimp fan. Me, not so much. Well, so I used to love all kinds of seafood, but then, for like dietary reasons and my body changing and things like that, just couldn't really eat it anymore. So I haven't kind of just stayed away from it for a long period of time now and just eating very little.
Yeah.
Part of growing up, I guess. There you go, baby.
Part of getting old.
One of my coworkers was saying that her husband, like in his 30s, got like really sick, all these things, and then came back, like couldn't eat spicy food. And then now that he's in his 40s, he can like eat spicy food again.
Really? People change. Bodies change.
Honestly, guys, you have no idea how good this sauce is. I'm like,
you guys have to try it. It's so good.
Look at that fresh minced garlic in there too.
It's delicious. Ooh.
Okay.
Yes.
I've got this little bit on my hand and I don't want it to go to waste. I'm just like sitting here rubbing on this potato. Okay. So, ooh, wow. My hair is kind of messy. Apologize. So I wear a headset for work, and then also when I got off work today, I did a little bit of streaming on Twitch.
He's a gamer.
So if you guys are also into gaming or whatever, you can always check me out there. It's twitch.tv/poetic_Justin.
We could put it on the description box below.
Yeah, I'll put it there. I don't do just gaming. You know, we do some IRL stuff. So, um, you know, we've been doing like open mics. So if you're an artist, you know, I do some poetry, and you know, we've had some other poets and musicians come in, things like that. So that's something we typically do on Sundays and Mondays. Well, Sundays for the open mic, but this upcoming week we're actually gonna be headed to Vegas. So, and then after, so I won't be streaming this upcoming week, but back on track for next week.
Oh man.
I play kind of variety of games. I used to be a Madden player for a long period of time, and kind of was getting boxed into that, or horseshoed in. So, oh my gosh,
Huge.
thank you Jesus.
That's my face.
So I kind of gave up Madden. It was taking a lot of time, and like I said, kind of getting shoebox in there. So decided to kind of give up Madden and play some other stuff. So currently playing like Overwatch, learning how to play anyway. Seems like a lot of people are playing Fortnite, so I picked that up a little bit to kind of play with the community and play with other people. And long time Smite player and League of Legends player, so I haven't played League of Legends as much, but I've been playing Smite. So Overwatch and Fortnite have been on PC, and Smite is on Xbox, and so play just kind of various games.
With lemon and dip it in this sauce. Slippery.
Thank you. Oh yeah, if you're also a streamer and you come to my stream, I will automatically give you a shout out. And
Oops.
I'm really big on community. I also have like a Discord, so you can definitely come into all that, check that out on my page and stuff. So
Pretty cool, guys. If you're a gamer and you're into that, definitely check him out.
yeah, it makes it a big world of difference though when you have your wife to support you. So I used to play a lot of Street Fighter growing up and was in the competitive scene here in Colorado, and you know, just it's kind of what I grew up on, kept me out of trouble and stuff like that. So was always playing football as a kid and sports, and then video games on top of that, mostly fighting games. So but yeah, I know a lot of people who don't have that support when they're trying to stream or try to do creative stuff, you know, because for whatever reason a lot of people don't like it. But you know, again, if you do it in moderation and you can find that, you know, family and work-life balance and things like that, and your wife supports you, I think it makes the world of difference. So it's so good, guys. Oh man, I literally like Blove. You should market this. You should let me help you market this because it would sell like crazy. In fact, add me to your staff. I'll be your sales rep, marketer.
I'm getting full, guys.
Mm-mm.
I don't eat a lot. Like,
I'm in a mess. And I don't know why I'm using this napkin when I have these gloves on, but I was trying to clean it up. But hopefully you guys have, by the time you watch this, you know, you guys have had either a really good Easter weekend with your family, and you know, for us, we are you know, a faith family and things like that. So we're going to be attending our local church, and then we're going to fly out to Vegas after that. And it's not just us flying out to Vegas, just us. We're actually going out as a family, so we'll have our son and our parents with us and things like that. So it's not just like a trip, you know, on the day that Jesus rises. It's actually like a trip as a family, because our parents are getting a little bit older and haven't had like a whole opportunity to travel a lot and stuff like that. So
yep. My parents, they have, you know, their English isn't that great. It's good, it'll get them by, but they don't like traveling, just them two, because they get a little nervous.
again, this is what you need to do. You just Rub the
Massage
potatoes,
it.
massage them, yeah. Look at that. See, and then it just like you just love on them, love on the potatoes with that Blove sauce. Mm. So
Delicious,
good,
delicious.
so good.
Makes you want to smack your mouth.
Makes me want to smack my mama. Mm.
All right, so Q&As. Let's do a little bit of that. If I know where I put it. Okay, so how did we meet? So we met when we were 7 years old at church. Our families went to the same church together, and that's how we met. And I did not like Patrick. He was obnoxious.
Charming,
He was a kid.
Hilarious.
He was a kid, and he always
Very
bothered
modest.
me. Yeah, okay. So I remember I would be swinging on the swings, and he would just come up out of nowhere, grab my feet and grab my shoes and throw it like across the field so that I would get off the swing so that he can go on.
That's how she'd go on. Like,
Yeah, so that you can go on.
I don't remember that.
Of course you don't.
I think it was just because I liked you
Yeah.
and I wanted to see you walk away.
Oh, okay.
That's what I do now.
Okay. Whatever.
Shake that thing, miss.
Oh my gosh.
Do, 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 do. Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm.
You got all over my mouth.
Hmm?
You got all over my mouth.
Oh, sorry. So, yeah, we met when we were kids. Of all things, Facebook reconnected us. And just started talking again, reconnected, and it was actually her sister who found me on Facebook. And I hadn't seen her sister in, well, I hadn't seen either one of them in like 10 years, or heard from them in 10 plus years, and chatted a little bit with her sister, and then it was probably like a month later, I was like, oh crap, I forgot that Rachel has a sister. And when I remember Sharon, she was very much a tomboy growing up.
Yep.
And so, I don't know, it's one of those things that, like, when you're growing up, you don't know you like somebody, or you don't know what that is, so to speak. And so, I always did have a crush on her, even when she was a tomboy. But
it's because I played with the boys, usually.
I saw her Facebook picture, it was like, it was like this sauce here made me want to smack my mama there too.
Whatever, you're stupid.
Seriously, it was like, dang, she looks good.
So, second question. Who asked who out? We already know this, guys. He found me on Facebook. What do you expect?
That's not completely true.
That's true.
So, I more or less said, hey, do you ever come down to, my part of town? Because she was living in a different town at the time, different city. And she's like, oh yeah, my parents still live there. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Do you ever come down and visit? And then she's like, well, I'm actually coming down this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, we'll have like a poetry event. So, I should come by and check it out. She's like, we'll see. And then like the 2 days later after that, we're like talking on the phone. She's like, oh yeah, she goes, I'll be down this weekend, so what time's your poetry event? So then she came to the poetry event.
Yeah, so pretty much she asked me out.
Not technically.
That solves it.
Whatever.
Next question.
Yep, I saw what I wanted, I went after it. Bam. Boom. I asked her out.
So next question. Who said I love you first? No. That's not true. I think we both said it at the same time. What did I say?
She's a lot quicker to say it. Oh, I'm so full. I just like got this one like all ready too, and I'm like all full.
So I did say I love you first, but I didn't say I love you. I said I love being with you. I love hanging out with you.
Don't even lie. Don't even lie.
So, how long have we been together?
Go ahead and take this one.
Okay. You don't remember?
Like 8 years?
It's going on 8 years. It'll be 8 years in November.
Yep, so we've been married for...
4.
Exactly, 4 years.
No! Well...
Going on 4 years.
Yes, going... No.
Yeah.
I'm going on 5.
That's what I said, going on 5 years.
Oh, Lord. He's gonna get in trouble.
It just feels so new.
Okay.
That's why it, like, that 5th year flew by so fast, because I'm so much in love with you that it just goes by so quick.
Mm-hmm.
So 5 years, 4 years, it all feels like the first year.
Yeah, okay. Anyways. Slick.
That's how you guys recovered from that. Pass it on. Team Patrick. Pass it on.
Oh my gosh. So, what is a good and bad trait about each other?
She's had time to think about these answers. I have not.
Whatever. The good thing about the good thing about Patrick is that he's very. Hold on, there's still food in there.
I'm full.
Yeah, so you're gonna put trash in there.
Yeah, be more than happy to do that. Oh, there's one lemon I can use to like get my hands.
So, the good thing about him is that he's very giving, and he's very kind to others, and he puts others before himself also. And that's why I married him. He's a good father. And he's a hard worker. Now to the bad.
That list is going to go on for a while.
The bad thing about Patrick is that he's very stubborn. So if we get into an argument or anything, he stays pretty much silent. He doesn't talk. So I'm the type of person, when we argue, I'm like, okay, let's talk it out right away. And he's like, I have to process this. I have to think about it. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, what do you need to think about? Because in my head, if you gotta think about what you want to say, it's not true. It's a lie. You know what I mean? So
okay,
that's how I see it.
Men and women process things differently. Okay, women just want to badger you and ask you questions nonstop, and they just ask you questions, and then when they say respond, you're still thinking about question 1, and then you're like, it's like Kevin Hart said, you just kind of like say the stupidest thing that comes to your mind because now you're confused. So me, I'm the type of person where I want to process, think about what is said before I say something dumb or before I say something that I can't take back. And then 2,
well, that's what makes it raw, though. That's the truth. Instead of thinking.
Not necessarily the truth.
What should I say?
No. The other thing too is that when I'm mad, I like to be mad. Just let me be mad for a while and get over it. I tell her when we're upset, like, just go away because I need time to miss you. You know what I mean? So I'm sure that many people can relate to that. But if I'm mad, just leave me alone and I'll get over it and then I'll come back. She's like, she wants to fix it right then and there, and that sometimes makes me even more mad.
Yep.
So
I'm a right then and there woman.
Okay, so now that we're talking about the bad things, talk about the good things. So, the whole reason why, my attraction for Sharon, not only because of obviously this, other than that, that's already hands down good enough there. But I was in a very, very toxic relationship, and it was so bad that I didn't know who I was, and I felt like that I lost a lot of myself, and that happens when you start out kind of in a, when you're young and things like that. And it's nobody's fault. You're kids, and then you grow up and you end up having, you know grow up to be maybe different people than you were when you were kids, and there's a lot of different changes. And when you experience the world and have different experiences, life can change you and things like that. So um, and I'm not saying that the person I was with was necessarily toxic, but it was very toxic for me as a person, because it changed who I was. It changed to the point where I didn't know who I was, and I was really lost, and allowed myself to kind of maybe be treated in a way that I normally would not be. So, um, with that being said, when Sharon and I first started dating, I couldn't believe how sweet of a person that she was, and that she would. I wasn't used to somebody kind of putting my feelings and putting me and thinking about me in those ways. And then on top of that, like, Sharon has been really the kind of the rock of her family for such a long period of time. So as she mentioned, her parents don't speak a whole lot of English, so she's been their interpreter since she was a little girl. And she does all their bills. She schedules all their doctor's appointments and goes with them and interprets, and you know what I mean. So it's just that bond, that unique bond that she has with her family, and also with with our sons, that she's allowing and kind of building that stability and that same relationship that she has with her parents. And I really admired that and loved that. So long before she became a mom, I knew that she was going to be an amazing mom, and that she's definitely turned out to be every bit of that. So again, it's really weird, because I never dated any Asian women before, because I had a crazy mom and a crazy sister, and that was enough. So I actually, for a long period of time, was swore off that I would date any Asian woman, just based off experience and things like that. And she kind of broke all those molds and all that stuff.
So sweet. He's a good guy, guys. What is your nationality? I am Korean and a quarter French.
I am half Korean, half Japanese. So really interesting that she's actually, her and her family came over from South Korea, and my mom came directly from South Korea, and actually her parents actually knew of my mom's family before they even came over here. And then my grandfather and grandmother actually came over from Japan. So
so what is our future goals?
Well, goals change all the time, right? But I'm, ever since I was a kid, I always dreamed that I would make a big noise in something. I'm not still exactly sure what that has been, and dabbled in a lot of different creative areas, a lot of entrepreneurial type things. So I've worked on some independent film, did a little bit of acting, launched a couple of YouTube pages, and so again, where that lies, where that all ends up, I don't exactly know where that creative side will go, but I know that's led to a lot of different experiences, and hopefully I'll be able to capitalize on something like that while still being able to support the family. But end goal, I think, for any relationship is to make sure that you and your family are supported and taken care
of. Yeah. My goals are pretty much to travel. I love traveling, and my goal is to travel the world. I don't know the world, but travel a lot. So definitely something on my bucket list, and I want to take our son through our adventures too, because I think it's important to include your kids in everything.
Mm-hmm. So our son, he actually has been quite a few places already. We actually have a map that we track of all the places he's been. So
he's a little traveler.
Definitely already been to just as many places as I have. So he's been to California, Arizona, Colorado,
Vegas,
Nevada. Yep. And so our goal is that by the time he turns 18 is to travel to every single state and stay the night, at least one night in all states, to be able to cross that off. And then he's only our youngest. He's only 2.5. He's going to be 3 upcoming pretty soon, but he is obsessed with the solar system and the planets. So he knows all the planets, all the dwarf planets. He knows all of his states. He knows his numbers and alphabets and letters. Just it's crazy to
He's very bright.
know that he's 2.5 and basically can have full conversation with you and tell you exactly what he wants, and maybe too bright sometimes.
Yep. Yeah, that's it. I think that was the last question. If you guys have any more questions for us, please put it down in the comment below. And as always, thank you for watching.
Yeah, make sure you guys, if you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe, comment, and let us know. Ask us some questions that you guys want to see, as you mentioned, or if you guys are couples, and we'd definitely love to hear kind of about your story too. So share that with us. How you guys met. What are your guys' goals? Similar questions that we answered, because we'd love to kind of hear and get to know you as well at the same time. So again, hopefully you guys enjoyed the food as much as I did. Blove, thank you for that amazing sauce.
Yes,
it was
thank you.
Literally like
It's delicious.
probably the best thing I've had in quite a while. So
one of our goals is to have a mukbang with you.
Oh, that would be amazing, actually. Yeah, your whole family. I would love to sit down with your son, who says "skee bop" all the time. He always makes me laugh when he says that.
Skitty bop.
Skitty bop. Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah. So anyway,
that's hilarious.
Definitely a big shout out to you for the sauce and everything. I know Sharon's been watching you for like probably a year at least.
And then I decided to.
Yeah, and then kind of inspired her to kind of jump into this YouTube thing. So you're a big inspiration to us, and glad to see that that a faith family can be out there and have a positive impact. So thank you very much for that, and again, thank you guys for tuning in. Definitely appreciate you, and we'll see you guys after Easter. So have a happy Easter as well.
Thank you. Bye.